I'm going to demonstrate how to set the router up. First thing, whenever we're doing any service on the router, you want to make sure you unplug it. Most important. Got a router bit here. It's a 90-degree V bit. Just going to drop it into the collet here, making sure that it doesn't bottom out. You want to keep the bit about probably 1/8 of an inch from bottoming out in the chuck itself. This is a really great feature on this router. It's got the spindle lock here, so you only need to use one wrench to tighten it. So while lightly depressing it, kind of spin the spindle here until you feel that button engaged. That's where it's going to lock into the shaft of the actual router and lock the spindle. So using one hand, your thumb, to hold that button in, you can tighten the collet by hand. Then using your supplied spanner wrench, make sure that you tighten the router, making sure it's really good and tight. Next, we're going to depth it. So we're going to flip the router over and we're going to depth it down so that it bottoms out on the workpiece that we're using. So we have the lock lever, which is going to release the clamps which allow the router to plunge up and down. First thing I'm going to do is lightly depress it until my bit bottoms out on the workpiece. I am then going to turn my lock lever to lock it in place. Next, I'd like to do, probably on this pass, maybe about a 3/8 to 1/4 inch depth of cut. So I'm going to release my locking pin here. I'm going to drop that down. The depth pin is setting on the micro adjust post here, which you can turn the screw to get, if you really need to get an exact depth, you can get it approximately, and then by turning the screw and the set bolt, you can, the set nut, excuse me, you can make sure that you get the appropriate depth. Now I'm going to use the supplied scale. I'm going to zero it out so that it's showing me that I'm right at 0 here. Then I'm going to, with it bottomed out, everything set, with the router flat against the substrate here, I'm going to release this knob. I'm going to raise my bar here up to, let's do about 3/8 of an inch. So I'm using the scale, I've moved it up to 3/8 of an inch, locked it in place, and now you can see there's about 3/8 of an inch between the depthing pin and the bottoming post. So now, when I release the lever here, when I depth the router and lock it in place, the bit is approximately 3/8 of an inch beyond the base. Now, I'm going to release that lever, which allows the base to come back up, and we're ready to route. So, you can plug your tool in, and then appropriate safety gear, and we're ready to begin.